Hey everyone, so this is the week 7, 2024 NFL TV map. The CBS single window. CBS had a doublehead window tweaks, so now it's Fox's turn, the early and late window tweaks in a row. And we have the update on the announcers for the Monday night games. So the game on ESPN and ABC, Baltimore Tempe is with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. That's no surprise. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman have been doing the 2 Monday night games on ABC. When they started doing the 2 Monday night games on ABC, like last year, I remember them. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman always did the games on ABC for since they started that. And then Chris Fowler, Louis Rick, and Dan Orlovsky now. It was the same crew as last year, though. They were doing the second Monday night game. They've done the two Monday night games on ESPN when ABC had one as a different one. And then now they're doing the one on ESPN Plus also. And then there's one week, like 15, I want to say. 14 or 15. I think it's, maybe it's week 14, but it's late in the season. They're doing another one. And they'll do one ESPN while Joe Buck and Drake will do on ABC most likely then. Okay. So, we still don't have the simulcast, if it's going to be simulcast in Los Angeles. It has not been updated that, so as of right now, it is not going to be simulcast in Los Angeles, right? As of now. And we have the CBS single window. We have Houston at Green Bay, which is the national game across most of the country in the CBS single window. And obviously that makes sense. I mean, it's basically the best game that CBS has. And it's really like the marquee game of the day. Really like the one good game that CBS has. I mean, they're not bad games per se, but they're not like home run game, like home run hits. Like the really good game. And then we got Tennessee at Buffalo, which is going to be in New York. Most New York except for the city area. Got a little bit of Pennsylvania, a little bit of Cape Girardeau area in Missouri, which goes into Selma, Missouri, and a little bit of Illinois, the Cape Girardeau area. We got Memphis, Tennessee area, which goes into Arkansas, a little bit into Mississippi, a little bit into Alabama, a tiny little bit into Georgia, all Tennessee, just a very, very tad area in North Carolina. And we got a little bit some of Kentucky. Maybe just a very tad of Indiana, maybe. And then we got a little bit of Wyoming, Montana area, that area. And just a very tad of Nebraska. Which, for whatever reason, I have no idea why. Maybe that's part of the channel, is that why they're picking a base and like college players that went to that school, went there. Then we have Cincinnati at Cleveland. Here it's Cincinnati at Cleveland is most of Pennsylvania for the Pittsburgh area, SCR area, all Ohio, the Toledo, Ohio area, which was in a tiny little bit of Michigan. The RT market does most of Ohio except for the Fort Wayne area, which goes a tiny little bit of Ohio, most of Kentucky, and most of West Virginia, and a little bit of Indiana, and the Louisville, Cincinnati areas that were up into T markets that were up into Indiana, share of two multiple states. And then we have the Baton team record, which is probably because the only thing I could guess, maybe Joe Burrow, played at Baton Rouge college, so maybe I could see that maybe they have a rule just for him. And that one, Carolina, Washington. That's the feature late window with New Jersey. This is number 2 game, and it's in the New York City area, Pennsylvania area. I mean, it is in, but it is the NFC East area team market area, so it's going into some of that. We got New York area, New Jersey, in Connecticut, New York a little bit, New York City, New Jersey, like I said, Philadelphia, HBG area, Maryland. We got over most of Virginia, a little bit of West Virginia, all of North Carolina, most of North Carolina, almost all of South Carolina, except for Augusta and Savannah, Georgia areas. They get the early window game. Houston at Green Bay. Then we have Las Vegas LA Rams, which, I mean, Carolina, Washington might be the featured. I mean, it might be the feature late window game with I mean, maybe in terms of market share, it might be because you get the you actually got more viewers in like the New York City area. Maybe I could see that. And then the late window is pretty much just the Minnesota area, the Minneapolis area and surrounding areas, Minneapolis and some surrounding areas. We have the Detroit, Michigan, the main Detroit, Michigan area, the main Indianapolis market, the Atlanta area for the simulcast area, Atlanta team market area, the Miami team market area. Then we have all of Utah, a little bit of Montana, Wyoming area. And then we have just a tiny little bit, some of Idaho, a tiny, not all of Oregon, most, a little bit of Oregon, and then that gets mainly like the TC area or like Idaho Station maybe. And then we got most of Washington, except for a station that gets the PDX, Team American Wyoming, which is probably the Portland area, I'm guessing. So if you look at Portland, Oregon Station and you live on the border, Wyoming or Washington, excuse me, you don't get it. If you're in that team market. And then it's all of Nevada. It's that, and then Fresno, Bakersfield, Santa Barbara, Los Angeles, San Diego area. Get that game. And then and the Fox early window. The Nash, and then Alaska and Hawaii got Houston, Green Bay. Fox early. We have the Alaska gang Salem, Hawaii gang Detroit, Minnesota. And Detroit, Minnesota is the featured national game in the early window. And obviously that makes perfect sense. Why, because this is not the top game of the day that Fox is considering the top game, but it is like a really good game though. The only reason it's not getting the national billing is because San Francisco is the late game, and it's featuring it's a Super Bowl rematch from the last Super Bowl. So obviously that will get more attention, from obviously like a TV network's perspective. They'll want to showcase like you know what I'm saying? I think they will. But yeah. And then we got Troy at Minnesota with Amamine Gregoson. And Amamine is moving up to fill in for Joe Davis, like I said before. And Chris Myers is moving up. Well, instead of Mark Shildreth. Chris Myers is moving up to work with Mark Sanchez until Joe Davis comes back. When Joe Davis comes back from working MLB on Fox for the championship series, if maybe their championship series ends early and he's able to do the which is the National League Championship Series. Maybe he has a week. He can call football If he can call football, he'll call. If he's got a few off days, they'll do it. But if he's got to go straight into like World Series, then no. Then no, they will not. For week 8 that is. In Detroit, Minnesota is the featured national game. Which obviously it's first place in that winner will get first place in the NFC. And the winner will be first overall in the NFC North as well. So it's double bragging rights on the line. We got Philadelphia and White Giants for Christmas. So that's the second game in the early window. We got the WEC area and the Dallas area because it's obviously the NFC East market. But they're showing it the immediate Dallas area and the immediate Dallas area, and maybe a few surrounding in like this a few small surrounding area. Those two team markets, Dallas and the WC team market. And we got most of New York, of like the northeast, all the northeast of New York, except Pennsylvania, except for the Pittsburgh area. All Maryland, most Maryland, except for just a tiny little tad of Maryland, a tiny little bit of West Virginia, most of Virginia, a tiny little tad of North Carolina. That's an NFK station. Then we got Seattle, Atlanta. That's most of Idaho, a little bit of Montana, Wyoming, and a Wolf, Washington, Oregon, and a little bit of California. Then we got the New Orleans area because that's NFC South viewing area. So they're probably staying it to show that game. Staying it there. And then we got most of Georgia, a little bit of South Carolina, a little bit of Tennessee, most of Alabama, and a tiny tad of Mississippi, where they get the Mobile station. Mobile, Alabama station, and the Tallahassee area station. They got Miami and Indianapolis. We got most of Indiana, a little bit of Illinois. They got EW area station, and then we got extend the other T markets from Indiana, and then we got the Louisville, Kentucky area, and then we got the PC area. And then we got the Fort Myers, West Palm Beach, and Miami area in Florida. That gets the Miami games. They're showing the immediate Miami area. And that's pretty much it. The immediate Miami area and a little bit Fort Myers, West Palm Beach. That's like the immediate area for like Sunday, for Fox Sunday afternoon games. And we got the PC, which must mean someone went to college. Maybe at one of the schools in that city that's playing in the game. Who knows? And then Kansas City at San Francisco. There obviously there's no team up. That is the only game on the Fox late window. So that game will be nationally televised. So that is it for the Week 7, 2024 NFL TV map. This is kind of an expected TV map, though. To be honest with you, the CBS signal have been Houston and Green Bay for most of the country, except for areas, maybe they have the Las Vegas Rams area for people that have, if your team is playing at home, is if you're playing at home or away, and you're in the immediate market, you're in the immediate market, or maybe just a little bit out in the outskirts, just a little on the outskirts of the TV market, I guess whatever CBS considers like the immediate market and the outskirts of a little bit of the outskirts of the TV market, outskirt TV markets. You get Las Vegas at LA Rams late window if your team is playing on Fox. And they're doing that so that, there's not a game on CBS and Fox, and you're watching the game on Fox, and you're taking away viewership from CBS game. So they don't want that, potential viewership from a CBS team, and they don't want that. So, that for Week 8 now. Week 8 might be an expected TV map as well, though. I mean, although there are, it is kind of all over though for a CBS early and late though. So there's it could be unexpected, who has us. I mean, maybe the late window Chicago, Washington, probably. I mean, the CBS early though. I mean, there's maybe Indianapolis at Houston is a clear, concise national game. But I mean, I think it's gonna be one of those CBS early and late that more spread out though. You're not gonna get like a clear, concise, like big national game, and then just maybe in like certain areas you choose to show like the secondary games. You might, but you may not though. So we'll see though. And then the Fox Sing window. I mean, the Fox Sing window. There is one national game though. That is clear, concise though. That is Atlanta at Tampa Bay. So Atlanta at Tampa Bay should be the feature national game across the country. But since there are no week 8 has no off weeks buys for whatever reason, which is kind of surprising. That they have buys throughout the season and they took a little break from buys. But Atlanta at Tampa Bay though, it should be the main feature game on CBS single window. However, it's not going to be clear. It's not going to be like, it might be one of those where you just have like Detroit, Tennessee, in the like the immediate areas or whatever Fox considers like the immediate area, the outskirts area for that team's TV market. Pick like the immediate TV market, and they'll pick the outskirt TV markets, and maybe that's it for these games. Maybe, and then have Atlanta Tampa Bay be the featured game. Maybe, but we'll see though how they roll with it. But Atlanta at Tampa Bay should be the featured game in the Fox single window early, and it should be the featured like in general though. Obviously, the late games typically don't get the most featured attention. I mean, sometimes they do, but in this case, it's going to be Atlanta at Tampa Bay. That's no surprise right there. I mean, Tampa Bay is playing really solid, and so is Atlanta, so